Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Paula, and this is my channel, The Flavorful Home. If you're new, welcome. And if you're not, I'm glad you've come back for a visit. I'm going to take you on a little tour of what I have planted. We got a bit of a late start here in Southern California. I'm zone 9B. Much like last year, we had a very weird, chilly winter into spring weather. Um, a lot of rain. It kept dropping into the 30s. And while last year I was a whole month ahead, I had started all my seeds uh, first week of January. My tomatoes went in between the 18th and 22nd of March last year, but I lost all my cucumbers to the cold. I lost all my peppers. And so I'm a little bit later with my planting. My concern is the heat. I did it that way because I want to put my garden to bed by the third week of July. And since I'm a month behind, I don't think I'm going to get to do that. But let me turn you around and show you just what we have going on. Come on. This is my tomatillo bed. The tomatillos went in on the 13th of April, and they are doing marvelous. I mean, better than marvelous. I'll just beautiful. Now, normally I staked them and tied them to it, but it's a battle because tomatillos really bush out and get full. So I did tomato cages this year with them, and they are looking really good. And then the little guys are cayenne pepper. This is the first year I'm growing cayenne pepper. I may give making Tabasco sauce a shot if I get enough. And these little black takeout ketchup cups are my trap containers. Paw Ridge said soy sauce, water, olive oil to get the pinchy bugs and pill bugs. And I'm also getting some filthy, disgusting, caterpillary, wormy things in them that are really gross that I don't like at all. But this is the tomatillo bed. And they're doing fantastic. Very happy with it. We'll move on to the next bed. This is the Brandywine tomato bed and my onion bed. Very quickly on the onions, I started them from seed way back in September and put them in the ground in November. They are starting to bulb. They are candy variety, which is a sweet yellow or possibly white. I can't remember, but they're looking great. The Brandywine was planted. Oh, I planted these, I think the 16th, but I'll put it in the caption the exact date. I planted the Brandywine and my cilantro. Unfortunately, all that's left is one cilantro because these wonderful bugs ate them down to nothing. And as you can see here, this tomato is getting decimated as well. And luckily, I do have a healthy Brandywine that was extra that I will probably be putting in to replace that one. Now this one has, those little cups have beer. I bought a cheap beer because another gentleman said beer is good for the slugs. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got lots of yucky critters in there. And I'm going to see if I can show you how well the onions are starting. Let me get you positioned. They're really starting to bulb nicely. I don't know if you can see that, but they look good. And over here, you might be able to see it a little better. Oh yeah, this guy is pretty incredible. He's bulbing beautifully. And in this container, I have my nasturtium and calendula that I started from seed. And I'm going to keep it in this container, and I'm going to move it around the garden where I feel like it needs it. And I also put my basil that I started from seed. This is purple, in little containers. I mean, look, that guy was getting eaten. So I said, let me put it in a container, and I'm going to have to move him because he's getting too beat up. I have another Italian basil here, and that one is faring better. But I don't want to lose any more, so I'm going to have to get them transferred over. And then in this bed, and they were planted the same time as the brandywine, I have one yellow pear and one red pear, and they're doing fantastic. I have Italian parsley. This one I had to replant. He's new because the previous one got eaten. And then I have 4 San Marzanos. These are doing beautiful. And that's a San Marzano. That parsley's looking good. You can see the flower on the red pear already, and it's looking really good. And then I have an Italian parsley there. And these are red Creole. And if you look, you can see that guy is starting to bulb up too. They were planted the same time, started from seed in September, planted out in November. These are some extra candy onions I have. I just threw them in there. I felt bad not keeping them. Okay, let's go to the next bed. Okay, this is my cucumber bed. I have at the back wall where the trellis is, that's Market More. The middle is Space Master 80, and I am going to have to replace him. I think I'm just going to throw like 2 seeds in the ground because he was struggling when I put him in, and he's really not doing that good right now. And then these 3 are pickling in the front. These were planted on the 22nd. And like I said, I have my little Italian basil there and Italian basil there. They're starting to green up. They were really struggling because they were in the cups and they were outgrowing them, but I didn't want to risk putting them into the ground because they are not cold hardy at all. And that's how I lost every one of them last year. So I said, let me wait. And now they're starting to look better, except for that one that I'm going to throw some seeds in with. And then we have in this bed is Jet Star. I planted these, I want to say the 27th. I planted these. The cucumbers were the 22nd. The Jet Star was the 27th. Any corrections I will put in the captions because I'm not 100% on my dates. Same thing with the garlic, planted almost the same time as the onions, maybe a month after. I kept the bulbs in the refrigerator for about 2 months before, hold on a second, Violet, I have to get my dog. She's
Sorry
eating
about
something
that.
she shouldn't. All of a sudden, she's decided leaves are tasty. Come here. So this has 4 Jetstar. I'm stubborn. I'm giving Jetstar a shot. I've not had luck with them yet, but we'll see what happens. And this bed I just planted on Monday. This is my Italian crew. And in here is, in the back, is Fiorentino. The middle is Genovese. This here is 2 Roma Bush Determinant, and the only non-Italian is the Red Pride Determinant. Determinants have a set growth. The indeterminate will go wild because they're vines and grow, grow, and grow. I had a couple extra, so I threw them in here with the others. They're looking good. I expect them to start to perk up as much as the Brandywine and the San Marzanos now that they're in the ground and out of their constricting cups. But I'm going to show you this. We planted on Saturday the 27th. This is a first for me. I have never planted in grow bags. And because I grew so many different tomatoes, I said, let's give grow bags a shot. This first grow bag has Yukon Gold potatoes. This is the Roma, 2 Romas Determinant. This is 2 Red Pride Determinant. And this is a Yellow Patio Determinant. They're very good for container gardening. And that's why I said, okay, since I'm growing some determinant varieties, I'm going to put them in grow bags and see how they fare. I still have to get my in-ground flowers. I have to pull this up and turn it and get my sunflowers in. And let's walk this way and I will show you the peppers that got put in. These peppers were put in on Monday. And this is, in the back by the light, is pepperoncini, 3 of them. My daughter Sophia loves pickled pepperoncinis. So I said, okay, we're going to give them a shot. The middle is 3 jalapeno. And the front is Joe Parker red chili. It's, I believe, an Anaheim style chili. And they're perking up and doing well too. I'm really happy with it. They're looking great. And then in this bed here, it's what's left of my radish because I've been picking them. And the feathery green is carrots. I've not had good luck with carrots yet. I'm not going to give up. I will try again in the fall. There is 3 different varieties of carrots growing here. And underneath these cups are summer squash seeds here and Romanesco zucchini in these 2. And I'm going to cage them and grow them up versus sprawling. I've done it once before, and hopefully the shade thrown from them will help the carrots. But I think my fall planting will be a little more successful. Hopefully these zucchini and summer squash seedlings will start to germinate soon, and they'll be doing well. Okay, now in this pepper bed, this was planted yesterday. I just want to move this this piece of wood I use for staking up my peppers. We have 3 Cali Wonder, which are green bells, and 3 big red, which are red bells. And I think here I'm going to put borage. I have seedlings that are growing. And borage is beautiful, attracts pollinators, gorgeous flower. I think I'm going to put 2 here, and I'll put 2 borage in this pepper bed. This pepper bed is 2 serranos. This is a serrano, and in the middle is a serrano. That's another cayenne at the end, and I'm going to come around to the front. The front is 3 poblanos. And so this was a very ambitious planting this year. Here I have a mixture of flowers, just in hopes of attracting pollinators. But it was a very ambitious planting as far as tomatoes, tomatillos, cucumbers, onions, peppers, the whole 9 yards. These were the Dollar Tree stackables, and I put 2 different varieties of strawberry berry basket in that. And the bottom, I mean, you can see there's already a strawberry. The bottom is, well, I did a berry basket, a seascape, then a berry basket, and a seascape. And I'll tuck in some flowers in these as well. But I will say the straw is a lifesaver for me, and I'll be covering these guys next. I usually give them a day or 2 to settle, make sure I'm not losing anything, and then I cover it with the straw. I know some people don't like it. The straw makes all the difference in the world for me as far as watering, keeping them moist. Let me see if I can show you. You see how nice and dark that is? And it's cool. It keeps it cool. It's just much better. I will water them again probably tomorrow or possibly Saturday. But it makes a big difference because we have not run a drip line in this garden. So I have to hand water, and this straw saves me a lot of time. You can see it's all doing really well. I'm very pleased with this year's planting. Up here is my flowers. This is my bonbon zinnia and my cow giant zinnia. They're so slow on the uptake. This is yeah, cow giant, bonbon. That one did not germinate. This has my calendula. Look how tiny the Sweet William is. I'm going to give them some water. This is my Cosmo. This is borage. I'm going to get these in the ground. They'll fare so much better. These are my nasturtiums. And I had no germination on my marigolds. I think these were from, I can't remember where I got them. I'll have to look. The rare seeds, the one who has a little bit of trouble going on. But these are Alaska mix and a jewel. They're really pretty. This is my alyssum. I'm going to put that in the bed. More borage. See, absolutely nothing on the zinnia. This is Sweet William. Look how tiny the snapdragon is. This is another Cosmo. And then this is my Italian oregano and rosemary that I grew from seed. I'm really happy about that. So I don't know why I have no germination on these. I might throw them in the ground to see how they fare in the ground. But Baker's Creek. That's where the marigolds came from. I wasn't really happy with, I got no germination at all on any of the marigolds, not the French, not the white. I'm a little disappointed, but my other stuff is coming up well. I also have some pretty flowers in my planter here. Now, here's a funny story. I threw nasturtium seeds that I planted the same exact time as in the cups. And boy, they're doing a lot better. And the rest are wildflowers. I put some zinnia in too, and I don't see any yet. I think maybe the zinnia might just be a bust, but the wildflowers are all coming up. And this will be a beautiful bed of pretty flowers and colors. This is my first year ever keeping a garden journal. While I've done my videos and Instagram stories, I really never kept notes about what I was doing, but I did this time. And I wanted to keep track not only of when things went in the ground, but also what worked and what didn't. And I have all my dates here. The cilantro and the parsley and the tomatillos went in on the 12th and the 13th of April. The brandywine, red and yellow pear, and San Marzanos went in on the 16th of April. My cayenne peppers went in on the 21st of April. All the cukes went in on the 22nd of April. In the containers, the Roma, red pride, yellow, and potatoes went in on the 27th. And on the 29th, the Jetstar, the Italian crew, my summer squash and zucchini, and the pepperoncini jalapeno and the Joe Parker Anaheim went in. And on May 1st, the bell peppers went in, the poblano, the serrano, and the one cayenne and jalapeno. I'm keeping track of my fertilizer schedule, and I also did a diagram showing where I planted what so that I know. And I did it all in this so that I can add to it each year. I love gardening. I love going out and picking my food. I loved having lettuce all through the winter. Um, oh, there's a brazen squirrel that Miss Violet is dying to get. Oh, she sees him. Violet, don't do it. Oh, Violet! That squirrel's going to get killed. I don't need that. That's because I have bird seed. But I'm looking forward to this year's garden. I hope you try gardening. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's also stressful. Can you imagine being relaxing and stressful at the same time? But, you know, when you have failures and when you see things aren't thriving, you start to pull your hair to say, what's going on? But the good so outweighs the bad. I'll come back when they're doing more and growing more, and I'll share with you. In the meantime, go create something wonderful. Bye bye.